Mr. Stanley, now talking to you about the most controversial subject, that is ULIP, whether this would benefit the insurers. What do you think about it? The new guidelines, how would it benefit them?
I think the right word to use is not benefit, how would it impact the insurers? Okay. The one positive point which comes to my mind as an insurer would be that the IRDA has increased the lock-in period from 3 to 5 years. I think by increasing the lock-in period, there has been the right emphasis that ULIP by default is a long-term product. Okay? And people who intend to look at a long-term planning need to get into ULIPs. And coming to the impact part of it, because of the cap or the rationalization on charges, okay, even rationalization on the exit charges or the surrenders, okay, it's really going to impact insurers quite adversely. Earlier, insurers had the flexibility to come out with innovative products because of the charge structure. But now with a rationalization, or if you discontinue with the policy, if you surrender your policy, okay, and guaranteed returns in case of a pension or an annuity policies, I think that innovation will be lost, and most of the products which will be available in the market will be more or less standardized. So I wouldn't say it is, because the whole idea, I mean, IRDA's target is the investors, is the policy holders. So the objective is primarily to benefit the policy holders, and
definitely.
But I don't fully endorse what she is saying. I personally feel this is going to be a challenge to the insurance companies to come out with innovative products even in the given guidelines, because you know, okay, bit and track, you can come out with any product if huge amount of flexibility is available to you while designing a product. Now with these restrictions that are given by the IRDA, how is it that the insurance companies will come out with products which are more innovative as well as more attractive to the customers, and will not allow the customer to go away from ULIP to some other platform? It's a big challenge for the insurance companies.
Definitely, a big challenge. We were coming to you early, Mr. Sathe, now talking about IRDA, it has capped charges on the ULIP now. So how do you think that with this new scheme, the new avatar of ULIP, when we compare it to the earlier guidelines, how do you think investors would impact? We will use the word that Mrs. Stanley said and use the word impact here.
See, I will tell you here, the new guidelines have been issued with a view to meet emerging needs of prospective policyholders. That is precisely what has been mentioned in the circular which has been issued by IRDA. So the fact remains that these guidelines are definitely to the benefit of the policyholders. It goes without saying. And there is no need to say that if it is going to benefit policyholders, it is going to adversely affect the insurance companies. On the contrary, as against the competing products which were available to the investors in case of mutual funds, where the exit load is not there now, where the charges are pretty low, I think there was a need for insurance companies also to come out with products which will be quite attractive vis-a-vis the mutual fund products. And the investors who are coming to insurance companies do not go away tomorrow because of literacy, that yes, I was not aware of it, but my God, insurance companies were charging such huge charges. Now I am not going to go to that insurance company or to insurance company at all. So the particular guidelines which have been issued definitely will help insurance companies to keep their policyholders intact and to increase the reach, because now the products will be more attractive to the policyholders.
Definitely more attractive to the policyholder. Now, Mr. Stanley, talking to you, this one new guideline that has come up, it has raised many questions. So what do you think? One who wants to surrender, will he be also charged?
There would be, definitely, as we're saying, the focus is on the customer. The focus is to definitely encourage the customer to stay long time. So even if he does surrender, okay, based on the age of the policy and the ticket size, there would be some charges which would be imposed. But these charges have been rationalized by the insurer. Okay. So definitely the focus is there on the customer, and not only these guidelines, even some more guidelines which are there in the annual round the corner which the regulator has come out with. The focus is to provide more information upfront to the customer at the prospecting stage. Make sure that he's aware of what he's buying. Okay. Typically a need analysis is to be done. That's what the regulator insists upon. Okay. So it is going to be a challenging climb for the insurer, but at the same time I think life becomes exciting when the environment is challenging.
Definitely. So there's no doubt about it that life becomes more challenging. You want to say something?
Yeah. But again, it is not that every insurance company was charging the surrender charge. LIC has never charged any sort of surrender charge. Whatever is the surrender value that is calculated, the entire amount is paid to the customers. But there was a scope for charging under surrender charge, and obviously many insurance companies were charging. So it is not that every insurance company was charging the customer for surrender.
So the portfolio in LIC was more traditional than unit link, because I know the challenge or the challenge before the private players was typically when you factor in the charges for the entire duration of the policy and a customer exits 2 to 3 years before, the expenses which have been incurred in the upfront in the first few years had to be recovered when he exited out from the policy. Okay, but I'm sure it's a healthy challenge which we're looking forward to.
Definitely. A lot of challenge, and that's why it's run into controversy, I believe. We'll wait here and we'll take a short break. We'll come back to discuss more on how these ULIP products and loans, like, they are attached to each other. So we'll talk about that. We stay here for a short break, but we'll come back to discuss more.